Come on, man. Cut the games out. All right, I'm gonna break down some things for y'all tonight. Oh man. Anyway, all right, stop the music. Stop the music. Stop the music. Some of y'all been waiting already for a minute. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. This is Doggie Diamonds No Filter. This is Doggie Diamonds Podcast. This is me in the flesh. So let me start by saying, shout out to Bag Fuel. Bag Fuel is a show with Esso and Heineken, produced by Space Ghost. And it's a dope show. They have a lot of guests, and I root for them because they was able to come out of a situation and start their own situation and flourishing in it. So salute to them. Salute to Heineken, longtime friend. Esso I never met in person, but Space Ghost I do know. And I like what they're doing over there, and I like the fact that, they were able to overcome a lot of their BS and just keep it going. Somebody sent me today them talking, and it was about doing risky shows. So yeah, I was looking, and they spoke about me. Space Ghost posed a question that I'm gonna paraphrase the why I'm not blown up or why I'm not bigger than what I am. And they were talking about blackballing, and Heineken gave his thoughts on what blackballing is and how you get blackballed and all that. I respect their opinion. I respect what they were saying. I respect their thoughts, but I wanna I wanna clarify some things because it's a lot of misconception. If y'all watch me, I broke down what blackballing is. Blackballing is not what people think it is. Blackballing means, and you can look it up for yourself, blackballing is a concept of a secret society where you are part of a secret club and you get a vote on whether you're going to be out of the club. So what they do, they hold a vote and they have a secret box. That's what you see on the screen. Well, the thumbnail, they have a secret box and you get a certain amount of white balls and you get a certain amount of black balls. And if you get more black balls than you get white balls, then you're out of the club. And that's why it's called you got blackballed. You get kicked out of the club. But you don't know who voted the amount. You know what I'm saying? So you could get blackballed, you could get kicked out the club, but you don't know who were the people who put the amount of black balls in there. So that's what blackballing is. Many people falsely say they got blackballed or you're getting blackballed, but then some people say they're getting blackballed and they are right. They're right, they're getting blackballed because they actually were a part of the club. Now, I can't say that I was ever blackballed because I never was a part of no club. I never was a part of something. So I wanna, and I did a whole video on this, so y'all could definitely look that up. And I'm gonna break down a lot of things for you because, this is what I do. This is how I break down stuff for y'all. I like to break down stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna share the screen really quick. So let's look up the definition according to the dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary, what blackballing is. Blackballed is past tense. So reject, someone, usually a candidate, applying to become a member of a private club, particularly by means of being secret blackballed. Her husband was blackballed when he tried to join the club. So we could just keep going on blackballing. To vote against, especially to exclude from membership by casting a negative vote, to exclude socially, ostracize. We could just keep showing what blackball mean. To vote against, especially to exclude from membership by casting a negative vote. A small black ball is used as a negative vote in a ballot box. That's what I'm talking about right here. It's actually a whole thing that they do where they use a ballot box and they vote. And the first vote against somebody, admitting someone to a membership in the organization. So many people falsely use blackballing, and that's not what it is. I'm going to tell you what they mean and what you should be saying. His claim says the team marginalized and blackballed him, stalling a career that could have been on track to land him a job as general manager. So many people use blackball. Many people think they are blackballed. Many people might think that I'm blackballed, but I'm telling you that I'm not blackballed because I never wanted to be a part of these situations. I never wanted to be in these clubs. I'm not a part of these clubs. I never applied to be in any of these clubs. So I can't be blackballed. I never wanted to be with somebody. I never aspired to be with somebody. I never came into in this culture saying I want to be down with him. I want to be signed with him. I can't be blackballed because it's not something that I wanted to do. So even if I can't be voted out because I never tried to be in it. You know, I've always done my thing. It was one particular time early on when I was doing interviews, and I remember sending an email to every website saying, you know, I can get these interviews. You know, could I be a part of, you know, your website? I would do it for free, and everybody just didn't answer me. So what I did was I started my own shit, Forbes DVD. So I never was down with nobody. I never was under nobody. I've always done my thing. I never wanted to be with nobody. So how could I be blackballed if I never was with nobody? I've always started my own companies. I've always did my own thing. I never was under nobody. So you have blackballing, but then you also have blacklisting. So let's go there. Let's show you what blacklisting is, and they're not the same thing. So let's look up blacklist. Hold on one second. We could look at the same time as I said. We could look up blacklisting. Many of you, you know, if you not saying I know everything, but sometimes, man, if you be quiet, you could learn something. You know what I'm saying? You could really learn something. A lot of times people people just don't be knowing what they be talking about, and they'll just talk. So Blacklist is a show. What is it? Let's look up. What does blacklisted mean? Okay. So it says blacklisted is not blackballed. It's not the same thing. What does it mean what is blacklist? The term blacklist refers to a list of people, organizations, or countries that are shunned or excluded by others because they allegedly had engaged in unacceptable or unethical behaviors or activities. This is what people are saying. This is what people are saying. When people say blackball, they really mean blacklist. But look at the last part of it. That are shunned or excluded by others because they are alleged to have engaged in unacceptable or unethical behaviors or activities. So I can't be blacklisted either. I can't be blacklisted either. I can't be blackballed, and I can't be blacklisted. I can't be blackballed or blacklisted because I never did anything unethical. I never did, unacceptable. So let me get into that really quick. Let me come back to the screen. So when everybody keep talking this blackball and shit, they don't know what they talking about. And I'm not talking about them, but it is a misused word. Blackball is misused. They mean blacklist, but I can't be blacklist because what have I done that was unethical? Now, there are people who don't like me. Because I am a truth teller, because I'm on the side of righteousness. I vote for the underdog, and I'm a part of the truth. I'm not an ass kisser, not a bootlicker, and I'm not trying to be a part of nothing nobody is doing. I promise you, I don't look and say I'm getting in that Rock Nation brunch because I can. Like, I don't know if people know that a lot of times that, and I'm saying per definition, okay? Because everything is perspective, you're right. But we're talking about per definition of the meaning of words. And I find that when we have words, when we're dealing with the English language, I mean, bear means three things. There means three things. You know, you got word, we got we are, we got where. Many of the things are spelled the same, pronounced the same, but they mean different things. So when we're dealing with this language, it's always kind of tricky, right? Also, a lot of things are perspective, but when we go per definition, That's what I like to go by. I don't like to just take something and make it up and say, well, this means this or this means that. I like to go per definition, according to the definition of this word. This is what it is or it's not. I don't like to say, well, this is how I look at it. No, that's not how. Who gives a fuck how you look at it? Because it means what it means or it don't. If that's the case, let's just say and do anything. Let's just let's just say words that don't mean what it means. So, can you get blackballed? If you aspire, if you want to be down with the crew and you trying to get admission into the crew, you can get blackballed. You can get kicked out. I never wanted to be down with nobody. I've always had my own studio. I've always had my own YouTube. I've always did my own thing, because I'm going to say this with all due respect. I can't see myself going under a complete sucker in listening to them, or this is the boss of me and you a complete clown. And when I say sucker, I'm not talking about nothing street. I'm saying you a sucker in the sense of how you think, how you do people. See, one of the things that you have to do as a person, you got to watch how people treat other people, right? So if you look at how somebody treat people, you could look at it from a standpoint of, that's messed up. And you could also look at it from a standpoint of, yo, it's messed up, but they not doing it to me, right? What I say to people is that how long before they do that shit to you? So if you deal with a female and she cheated on her man, boyfriend, whatever the case may be, and got with you, then she's a cheater. So later on down the line and she cheats, you can't be like, yo, she cheated on me. It's like, well, that's how you got her. That's how you got her. If you got a dude and he was cheating on his wife or his baby mother or whatever, and that's how you got her, the individual's a cheater. If a person is a thief, they're a thief. If they're a robber, they're a robber. If they're a killer, that's what they are. So a lot of times I just don't think that I'm exempt from things. So when I see people doing things to other people, I never was the type that was like, oh, they not going to do that to me, or that can't happen to me. I'm like, it's only a matter of time before it happened to me and they do it to me, because that's just who they are. People are not going to change who they are depending the situation. Regardless, a scavenger is going to scavenge. A bum is going to be a bum. Unfortunately. Some people love to live in the streets. Some people love that. Some people don't even have to be homeless, but they just more comfortable being homeless. And if you take them and put them in a house, they'll still go back to the streets because it's the freedom. So when I watch people how they do people, I be like, okay, you'll do that shit to me then. I never looked at people like, oh, they not gonna do that to me. I ain't worried about that happen to me. I was like, nah, you'll do that shit to me, So I never wanted to be down with bad boy. I just never. I'm gonna just be real with you. I never wanted to be with none of that. That's why any deals and companies that I went with, it was always my own way. I never went behind nobody and took a deal or a situation, or and again, people are not in the know of the business. One thing I find with our people is that we go for so much he say, she say, rumors and gossip, but many people are not in the know of the business. I get offered all types of shit. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to fuck with certain people, because if it's about a bag, I'm not poor or broke. So I don't have to do anything for a bag. I can do within the confines of my comfortability for what I'm working for. I don't have to do no weird shit for it. But we all know what we can do for a bag right now. We all know how we can change anything right now. We all know if you ever got destitute, ladies, respectfully, if you ever got destitute, you got a nice body, bounce the motherfucking titties. You can start your OnlyFans or whatever. You might make $700 in 3 days more than you ever had. So we all know what we can do in desperation for money. I'm not desperate. I've never been desperate. So I don't feel like it's things that I have to do. I don't feel like I have to be with this person. And then I never felt like being with somebody, being under somebody, gave me validation. I never felt like taking a picture with somebody gave me validation unless we did some type of work together. I never been the type of person that's seen people and say, "Oh, let's take a picture," because, salute to you, but I just never really did that before. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being completely honest with you. So it's just different perspectives on what you want. Um, Being my own boss is cool. Getting up when I want to get up is cool. Creating content when I want to create it is cool. Helping other people with their content. I mean, I do so. The thing about this culture, that people don't know is I do so much consultation. Like, y'all don't even know how much consultation I do. Like, I can show you my phone, how many people I consult with their podcasts, their shows, their YouTube. But that is like a stat. That's not a stat. So if you look at basketball, for example, right? The playoffs is going on right now. You have individuals who might have jumped on the floor a million times diving after the loose ball. Pause. That's not a stat. But if he didn't dive on the floor and get that loose ball, then it would have been a turnover. You understand what I'm saying? So it's so many people that I consult. It's so many people that I help with their shows every day. That's not a stat that I'll ever get credit for. That's not a stat that people will say, yo, he helped with this, he did this, he did that. That's not a stat that I'm gonna get, and I'm fine with that. So again, and when people think I'm not in a position, based off what though? Because I'm not sitting among certain people, because I'm not around certain people. It just never was my thing. For the most part, I'm very introverted. I'm very, for the most part, I'm not that person to just sit around a bunch of people. I'm not that guy that will go and that want to go to the crowded room every day and feel like I have to go to the crowded room and I gotta be in a crowded room. That's just never been me. I've just always been I won't say a homebody. I go out when I have to go out. I hang out when I have to hang out. But think about this, man. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't want to be around smoke. I don't like cigar smoke, cigarette smoke, weed smoke. I can't be around a bunch of unruly drunk people, who wanna emotionally speak to me because they had a taste. I don't like being around that. I don't care about being around a bunch of scantily clad dressed women. I don't care about that. So I don't really fit in places. So I have to go places to where I'm at my comfortability. So I don't want to go to the industry parties and all that, because for what? You know what I'm saying? Like I did that. And what people don't know is that I've been doing that shit since I was 15. Yo, I was in the tunnel. At 15 years old. I was 15 on tour. Like, I was a kid doing this shit. I've been doing this shit so long that I'm not impressed. So the things that people impressed by, like, I was just at the Black Effect Festival. You know what I'm saying? I was with Charlamagne, Just Hilarious. And I was there front and center, but I pop out when I want to. I pick and choose my spots. I'm always invited. I could always get in anything. When I go, I'm always could take pictures with people and people recognize me, but that just ain't my thing. It ain't my thing. So I think people take what you don't want and then think what you not gonna get. Battle Rap UP, and thank you for the super chat. You're smart. We sit here and watch you and say the same thing. Salute to you. Right? So people don't know what you want because nobody has ever asked me what I want. They always say what I don't have, but they never asked me what I want. So that's like almost saying, yo, listen, man, he don't have no car. And a person might say, well, I don't need a car because they got a car and we ride together. But again, we look on the outside and say what a person has and what they don't have, but we never ask people what they want. Some people don't aspire for certain things. Some people just don't want certain things. And that's fine, but just because they don't want something or you never ask them what they wanted, them not having it doesn't mean that they're not worthy of it or is something wrong with that. Some people like cars. Some people like a lot of, like, I've never been a shoe guy. Like, I've never been a guy who went and bought 80 pairs of sneakers and all that. That's just not my thing. I don't want that shit. But then there's some people who got 200 pairs of Jordans but don't have $200 in their pocket because every dollar they get, they go buy shoes. Me, on the other hand, have a different perspective on shoes. I only got 2 feet, so I only need about, a good 4 or 5 pairs of sneakers, black pair. This is how I think. But other people love their shoes, and I have nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I love electronics, so I want to be able to simulcast here and do this and do that and have. Oh, hold on, man. Oh, my lights come tomorrow. I'm getting more. I'm getting more lights. Believe it or not, I just paid for some more lights. So we all have different things that we want. So just because when we see somebody with or without something, that don't mean that they don't deserve it or couldn't get it. Me, myself, I'm an individual who's just more into ownership. I'm more into just being a boss. I'm more into helping other people get their shit together. I always feel like, the more people you help, the better you are as a person, because you have some people who don't help nobody. You have some people who are selfish as hell. And I'm gonna show you something, like in real time. In real time. In real time. Hold on. I'm gonna show you something in real time. So I don't want you to see the name, but look. This is the text, 824. Look. This is how real it is. Like, I'm not, it's no cap with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to cap. This is what I just got. Look at the time. 824. This is what I got. Peace, Doggie. I have a question about podcasting if you have time. So this is what I get all day, every day. So again, just because you don't see me doing something, I help other people flourish. I help other people, it's just a lot that I do. And that's the money. That's the pleasure. That's the win. That's the win. The win is not me sitting before people fronting. You know what I'm saying? The win is helping people. I get this all day. Yo, I have a question about podcasting. I need to know this. I need to know that. All right, give me a few. I'll call you. And I take phone calls all day. I do consultations. I do all types of stuff to help people. So I don't ever want people to think that I'm in a bad space or I'm in a bad position because of what you don't see me doing or who I'm not amongst. I'm amongst me. I'm amongst men. I'm amongst strong women. I'm amongst strong individuals. And that means more to me than to being around a weak ass people and weak ass industry and just we all fronting. It's all bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's all about. So, salute to them, man. They got a great show. Their show is gonna be large in the next soon. I see the potential of their show and I like what they doing. Shout out to Bag Fuel. Shout out to Esso. I never met him personally. Shout out to Heineken, who's known me for a very long time. Shout out to Space Ghost, who I've worked with too. And the thing is, people watch me start shit. And it's successful. And I started it. I did it by myself. I did it with little to no help. Now imagine being an individual who can start a company, start a YouTube, help other people with their YouTube, help other people flourish, and you don't have the bag, you don't have the machine, and you're not a part of the in crowd. People just keep texting me knowing I'm live. There's nothing more annoying than that shit. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. Imagine being able to do that. So to me, that's the win. So blackballing, I don't really think about it. Black not being in certain circles, I don't really think about it. I've never got denied admittance anywhere. I don't really think about it. I don't sit there and say, I want to be with this person. Funny story. I was shooting a music video. and this is I just want to let y'all know my mentality or where I'm at with how I think when it comes to what I want to do. Nobody can deter me from doing what I want to do. Nobody can dangle a carrot in my face, pause, and make me do something than what I want to do at all times. You can say I'm stupid, you can say I'm an idiot, you can say whatever, but that's just how I am. So one time, I was shooting a music video for a person that I used to rock with. And I remember getting a call that Jay-Z and Mary J. Blige was gonna be at with Clue. Could I go film them? And I was sitting there saying, damn, Jay-Z and Mary. But I set up a whole video shoot. You know, I had video girls, I had all the bells and whistles and all of that. And I remember saying, no, I can't go do it. I'm shooting a video. Now, many people might say, damn, you ain't go film Jay-Z and Mary J. Blige, yo, you stupid. No, it was just more of I was doing my thing. Like I was doing me. I was doing my thing. I didn't why does everything I'm doing stop and drop because it's Jay-Z and Mary J. Blige? Like if it's meant to be, it will be again. If another opportunity arises for me to film them, I'll do it. But I was doing something. You know, you can't I don't move like that. Like I don't move for nobody or I don't move for yo, such and such was dead. Like, okay, so what? You know, what the hell does that mean to me? It doesn't mean anything to me. And this was around the time they were doing the tour, the Garden. They was doing the Garden. I forgot what Jay-Z and Mary J. Blige was doing, but it was around that time. And they was on Clue. And somebody was like, could you go film it? And I was like, nah, I'm doing something. And it could have been an opportunity lost. I don't know, but I never cried about nothing I never had. I never was the type that'll say, yo, I wish I had this, or I just work for what I want. And again, what I want is not what other people have. I really don't have the same goals as other people. Like I really, really don't. I never wanted to be in a room with certain people. I just don't. Like just not my thing. And people don't know, yo, don't you know all these people know me? They don't know me for controversy. They don't know me for being a bozo, a clown. When I see everybody, it's all love. But I'm just, again, I'm an introvert to a certain extent. Some people say, yo, you should put yourself out there more. And they don't know what comes with that, right? They don't know what comes with putting yourself out there. Because putting yourself out there is just that, putting yourself out there. That means you have to be willing to take on everything that comes with putting yourself out there. And I never really, it took me like 10 years to get on camera. So that should tell you about me. I mean, imagine if I was a camera hog and I was all in the videos and doing all this shit. Imagine if I did all that, then I would be probably one of the most popular people in the culture. But I never wanted to be known for me. I wanted to be known for my work. I wanted to be known for, yo, he does incredible interviews and he highlights the artist. That's what I wanted to do. And I think I did a good job at that, but I don't think you could be blackballed no more. I think we have the opportunity now to get direct to consumer, direct to the audience, and we just gotta sell it. We just gotta keep working. You see, I got a quarter of a million subscribers. They won't send my notifications out to people. They're gonna play with the numbers. The numbers gonna go up and go down. But what do I do? Sit here and cry about it? No, I just gotta keep working. I gotta work through it. I gotta find different ways to trick the system and all that and be in this in the system, because I have to use this as a means for communication. And that's fine. I'm again, man, Gilly and Wallow got what they got. Salute to them. Imagine getting that. Imagine getting what they got. Imagine getting, speculation, 10 million, speculation 100 million. Man, we don't know because I didn't see their numbers. But imagine getting what they got, right? And then you're under a company. Then later on in the company, the company owner calls a black woman a piece of shit, right? And then you have to defend a black woman against a white man, but you are assigned to them. They are your boss. Imagine that. Imagine that. So I guess the 10 million is worth it. I guess the 100 million is worth it. But where it, because you could say you own everything and all that shit sound cute and cool. But imagine somebody giving you bread, but then disrespect your people. Let's put the shoe on the other foot. If they gave him, Gillian Wallow, 10 million, 100 million, and they said something that wasn't approved, they ass would get canned. So how can you can't be a boss if you work for somebody. Not just anybody. And if the money is good, salute to anybody getting their money. I'm one thing I ain't never gonna shit on nobody is about getting the bag, getting the dollar. Get it how you get it. People have different goals, aspirations, families. I ain't into knocking nobody. I ain't gonna say you buy a house that's worth 100 million. I ain't gonna say, yo, you could have got $1 million. I'm not that person. You do whatever you see fit, But imagine you can't say what you want, but they can say what they want. And it's so bad that you have to defend what they said and they're wrong. And then they double down and say they're standing on it. Imagine that. So what you got $10 million? So what you got 100? Imagine that. Imagine that you gotta walk on eggshells and politely defend black women. You have to politely defend black women against a white man who called her a piece of shit. That's the company I'm supposed to be in. That's who I'm supposed to sit amongst, because I stand for something. I always stood for something. See, people could cap like they stand for shit, but they really don't stand for shit. They stand for getting their money. And I don't knock that. But imagine me having to defend this black woman against my financer, my investor, disrespecting her. So that's what we're supposed to be amongst. That's what not being blackballed. And this make it make sense, because people hear numbers and people hear money, and they their eyes get big, and then they stop. They don't understand what comes with that. It's a lot that comes with this shit that y'all don't know, that I know. I'm privy to certain information. I'll be like, well, I'm not talking about no spooky weird shit. It's just certain expectations of you. And I'm not gonna put down my manhood for no dollar amount. I'm not gonna put down my black man card for no dollar amount. I'm not gonna stop defending black women for no dollar amount. It's no money that you can pay me to where I'm pacified and I act like I don't know what's going on. Or you could disrespect Angela Bassett or something, because that's my job to speak. This is what we have these platforms for. We have these platforms to give the voice to the voiceless. We have the platforms to speak for people that come from our demographic. That's what we have the platforms for. So if we hold on. This bitch ass nigga keep coming in my comments talking stupid. That's twice. Won't be a third time. So imagine we have these platforms, and what are we talking about? Because everybody talk the bag, getting to the bag. But at what cost now? Everybody talk about sitting amongst people. But at what cost? So, all right, look at it like this, and I'm gonna give y'all another scenario. Shout out to State Property. A lot of them I know personally. Crack is me and Petey Crack that's my bro right there. One love to Petey Crack. But imagine you once was amongst Jay-Z. You once was in the room with him. You was on a tour with him. And then now you're not. And you're starting from scratch, and it might be a little dirt on your shirt from that camp, or whatever the case may be. I could say that I never fell from grace because I never was amongst what people think is grace. I've always made my own shit. I think that's more commendable. I think it's more respectable to me to see an individual turn nothing into something. I think it, to me personally, I think it's more commendable. I think it's more respectable for you to say, yo, you really did some shit. So again, I don't know. I never even tried. Honestly, I never tried. I never reached out. I never put a word, and I just didn't, just never did it. I just never did it. Maybe I could have, but at what cost? Because, I'm not with somebody, helping me move into a mansion and then I gotta move out because they shitted on me. Imagine that, So I'd rather live how I live. I'd rather be able to know that my bills is paid for a couple of years, that I got a couple of dollars in the bank and I'm driving and I don't need a soul. That's okay to me than to, I am Aboriginal. Thank you for the super chat. I'd rather live like that than somebody being able to take something from me. They can't take from you what you own, what you built. And that's the lost art of this shit, because people are afraid to start from scratch. People are afraid to start from nothing. I come from nothing. So, shit, I got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And, I'm going to get where I want to get, but not because I can't get there or they won't allow me to get there. So, when you doing what you doing, I wouldn't have wanted to been in Gilly and Wallow's shoes in that situation. Because I even looked at Gilly at then like, we love you, Dave. That ain't really sit right with me. You got Wallow who's defending the young lady from being disrespected. Articulately defending it. But then, we love you, Dave. He just called a black woman a piece of shit. I wouldn't have wanted to been in that shit. Like, I couldn't. When doesn't the confines of the company you keep in, when does that not matter? Because we all could be around these people. These people are not hard to be around, right? You got people that's acting an ass that's getting around people. I just never did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I just never did that shit. I don't know. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because me, with my thoughts, my intellect, with how I speak, I would have cursed Dave the fuck out. Dave would have been like, oh, nah, they gotta go. But I would have been like, how dare you, you fucking punk? You know what I'm saying? That's how I would have been. That's how I wouldn't have been like, I don't agree with what he's saying. Because when it comes to a black man or a black woman doing something, look at the fire and the smoke dudes be having for people. They fucking nostrils be flaring, smoke coming out their nose. They talk going to the guns. You know what I'm saying? We on some street shit, all that shit. But I'm telling you, when it come to them folks, motherfuckers, you can see they back teeth. We love you, Dave. Is it? I don't want to be like that. I never want to have to defend corporate white people. I never want to have to defend them. I don't want to look at it from their side. I don't want to say, yeah, but I don't want to do that. Sometimes you just don't say shit. But then now, when you sit there and you act like you are a speaker for your people, you got to talk. Now you're going to be judged by what come out your mouth, and I know a lot of people don't have no morals, values, and principles. They do anything for money. I know, but see, I've never been a person to speak wealth with you. I've never been a person to show wealth I've never been a person to flaunt. So people really think they know what I have and don't have. That shit is funny as hell to me, and we just gonna keep it like that. We gonna keep it like that because money don't make me, I make money, right? Money is just a vehicle and a vessel for me to live in a way that I never lived in my life. I've been homeless, I've been fucked up, I've come from some very harsh conditions. I know that what I make, I will never return to that. But I'm going to do things on my terms, not what somebody thinks for me. Or because I get a lot of times people say, yo, you should. And I say, damn, y'all sure got a lot of suggestions from people who never did shit. Like, what have you done? What is your accomplishments? Like, what goal have you set for yourself and achieved it? You know, because I got a check, believe it or not, I got a checklist. I could show you my checklist. Hold on. Let me see if I could get to my checklist really quick. I could show you my checklist. And everything that I wanted to do, I checked it off. So now I'm trying to find like new goals and new aspirations to stay motivated to do shit. But other than that, my checklist is fulfilled. So look, some people's idea of success is being able to afford material things. As for me, success is achieving the goals I set for myself. I wanted to lose weight. Check. I wanted to rebrand myself. Check. Wanted to take my brand to TV. Check. Wanted to start my own podcast network after Loudspeaker denied me. Check. Wanted to be more visible on camera. Check. Wanted to be known as Doggie Diamonds and not Forbes DVD. Check. Wanted to put in all the work for myself. Check. Wanted to eat off my labor without someone eating off me without adding on. Check. Wanted to be on TV. Check. Wanted to see my brand on a billboard in Times Square. Check. That's what I set for me. So I don't know, maybe it is more I can do. Maybe I can have a sob story. Maybe I can have people feel sorry for me. Maybe I could come on here and cap and talk this stupid fear shit or talk this dumb shit, act like I'm teaching y'all something and I ain't really got shit to show for nothing that I taught you or what I think. But what I think for me, what I want for me, I've done it. I do it. I could do it. So again, I get what they're saying and I get what people are saying, but a lot of y'all, I just told y'all last episode, I don't live in fear of nothing. Anything that can happen, can happen. And as I got older, I'm just such a realist that I don't want to manifest, issues and problems, but I know that they're real. I know that they could arise, but I don't want to manifest stuff. But I'm a chronic overthinker, right? I'm completely sober. Do you know what it's like to be completely sober? I'm talking about sober. Completely sober. No beer, no nothing, no cigarettes, no weed. To be just completely sober and just thinking and just formulating a plot. Like I said, I could show y'all, man. I had to close some, man. Look at the goddamn tabs I got open. Look at the tabs I got open. So you know I'm always working on something. You know I'm always putting something together. If you follow, if you YouTube, you see all the uploads going up in different techniques and tactics. So I'm always working. So we good. You know what I'm saying? We good. And if you in a space where you want to be, never let nobody tell you what you could be. Because I could be 6'10", but I'm not. So what do? Do I complain that I'm not 6'10"? Do I wish I was a little bit taller? No, I have to work with what I got, do what I do, and that's it. And that's for everybody with a platform, everybody that has a job, everybody with a small business. Man, this shit is not easy. So the fact that you show resilience and you diligent and work at it every day, that is the bag. The fact that you never quit. The fact that you know, yeah, I'm about to get to it. That's the bag. Sitting amongst people giving you something that they're gonna take. I mean, let's just be honest. Look at all these individuals that sat amongst people. Look how they ended up. Look how people end up when they allow people to enable them. Look how people end up when they depend on people. When they sit amongst people. Shit, it was once a Destiny's Child, right? Unfortunately, look at, when I look at like Craig Mack in his last days and like, I'm talking about the physical appearance, the Black Rob in their last days, like, nah, man, I'd rather live a modest life than to have been at the top of the mountain and get kicked off the mountain. See, there's a difference when you leave the mountain, but then when you get kicked off the mountain and everybody want to go, it's like niggas want to go behind the bushes with niggas. I don't want to do that shit. I know the game. I know the culture. I already know what they doing to people. They know they can't do it to me. So it's not it's not a marriage pause that would be made in heaven. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. I know the business. I know. I just know better. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know better. Like, again, I've been doing this shit since I was 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? And people say, why do I seem so sad? Because you don't know me. You think I'm sad. I'm not sad about shit. Anybody who knows me, who talked to me on the phone personally, I be bugging, laughing. I don't know if y'all just used to clowns or people who come on here giggling and shit. But when I come through, I come before the people and try to give y'all knowledge on what's going on. So, I mean, if you don't like it, or it is, and I laugh and play all the fucking time on here too. Like, so I don't know what people want from me. I just gotta be myself. Either I'm sad, I'm bitter, I'm jaded, I'm always angry. People, it's rare that I hear nice shit about me. That's the funniest shit. Rarely do I hear anything nice about me, unless it's somebody coming in my DM saying, yo, salute to you, this, that, and the third. And I get hundreds of those a day. Hundreds of those a day. Salute to you. The message was wanted. It was warranted, But I'm not nobody's nigga. I don't live for validation from people. I could just be me. Sometimes I'm happy as fuck. I just ain't one of them giddy ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? And it could be some Brooklyn shit. I don't really know too many dudes from Brooklyn who are like that. I was talking to my homeboy about that shit. He was just like, yo, what is it with this Brooklyn shit? Like, we just naturally just don't give a fuck. I said, I really don't know. But we rank, we play, we laugh, we do a lot of shit, but it just always comes off like we could be fucking angry, and I'm not, I'm happy. I could do what the fuck I want. Do you know what it's like to have freedom, financial freedom and physical freedom? Do you know what that shit is like? To say, yo, I'm fucking leaving. Where you going? I don't know. I'm just hopping on a flight. I got my passport. I'm just gonna pack some light shit, or being able to call a female and say, yo, pack, we out. Any female I want. It's a liberty and a freedom that I have that many people don't have. They'll never know what it's like. And I was able to do these things. I was able to obtain all these things without being in the system, without being in the system. And that's what you work for. You work for your freedom. Rarely do you have freedom. Rarely do you have financial freedom. Rarely do you have freedom to move to and fro how you want to. Many people can't. So what they do, they just say, don't do that, or that's bullshit. Or no, they really wish they can, because who don't want to fucking travel, right? Who don't want to go to white sand beaches? Who don't want to do that shit? Who don't want to just say, yo, you know what? We go on the motherfucking great adventure today. Or you know what? I'm tired of my car. I'm going to trade it in today. I remember when I first bought my first car, I didn't even plan on doing it. I remember sitting on the bus. And and I seen a car advertisement on the other bus, and over the bus number was 0927. And I said, oh shit, that bus number is 927 and it's right over the car advertisement. So I end up just taking the bus that I was on right to the car lot and bought a car. I didn't even plan on it. Just went and bought a car. I was like, yo, fuck it. I never said I wanted a car. I didn't hunt for cars. I just went and fucking bought a car. Then one day I got my car, I got to like 9,000 miles, and I was like, I don't want this car no more. Went to the car lot, just bought a new car. And again, like, people don't understand that the luxuries that you afforded is not to be taken for granted. If you could get a Maybach, if you could get all that, fine. But at what cost? But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to push that these things you shouldn't want or desire. You should be able to get whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. So at the end of it all, yeah, I see 927 all day, every day. I bullshit you not. I see that number all day. Every day I see that number. It's if I don't see it, something is wrong. But imagine just being able to say, I'm going to Canada. Or, damn, I never been to Brazil. Fuck it, I'm going Friday. So that's really, what you work for. You work for to be able to move. I'm not going to sit here and tell you not to do things. I'm not going to sit here and lie to people. Why you say you have more money than people in the chat if you don't know? All right, you're starting to be a fucking dickhead, because I never said I had more money than the people in the chat. Where do people be getting this shit from? No, seriously, when did I sit here and say I had more money than people in the chat? When did I say that? And again, you know what? That's twice you said some dumb shit. Won't be a third, because I realize that some of y'all just come here and y'all just be on some professional troll shit. Some of y'all just come here to fuck with me. Y'all not come here to listen. I never said that. I never said that. I never even said how much money I had. But this is what they do. I never said anything about how much money I had. I said I could just do what I want. And I don't give a fuck what you got or don't have. I don't care if you eat corned beef every day. You know what I'm saying? But again, discernment, comprehension. But again, it's just sometimes it's just time. Some people just gotta go. They not meant to be around me. They not meant to hear me. They not meant to fuck with me. And then they come in my DM and just be weird, and they stalk me on every platform. I block them here. They come on Instagram. I hate you. They send me DMs on Twitter. Oh my God. These people are yo, listen, man. Let me tell you something. Sitting in the seat is not easy, because there's some weird ass people. If you see the communication that I get from people, I'd be like, yo, what the hell, man? Like, you got up today and this is what the fuck you thought about? Like, yo, it's 3:32 in the morning. This is what you fucking sending me a DM about? Are you serious? Like, why is it so on your chest? Like, why you feel so strong about that shit? Like, it's not that serious. I don't really internalize a lot of shit. I don't. I speak to it's a lot of my moderators I know personally. I speak to them. They can tell you what type of person I am. I really, I'm not pressed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not pressed. I'm always thinking of a new way to do stuff. I'm always thinking of doing something. One of the new projects that I'm working on is this is a project that I'm working on, because I am working on a few new projects, and I wanted to show it to you if I could. Do I have it up somewhere? I don't have it nowhere. Oh, anyway, I'll show y'all later. But man, this shit is just weird, man. Like, oh my God, I could show you books that people be writing, and I ask people, yo, man, listen, okay, I get it. I get it, but could you just leave me alone now? Just leave me the fuck alone. Like, what are we doing? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm the older cousin or big brother that some people never had. I don't know, but let's just leave it on YouTube. Could you comment at least? If you have a platform, listen to me. If you have a platform, limit the access that people have to you. Because people will abuse you and people will just start thinking that you're their nigga. Like, if people start DMing you, I'm disappointed in you. You'd be like, the fuck I do? Oh, you had said, and I'm like, on YouTube? Yeah, I didn't agree. Listen, so don't fucking watch then. You think you ought to scold me or think you're putting me in my place. If you don't get the fuck out of my DM with that shit. Because when people say and do shit, whatever. People always want me to go in. You got people who go in every day on shit, but they not sad or miserable. I don't be wanting to do that shit. I'm disappointed in you. So? I'm disappointed in me too. Sometimes I slept with girls after like 4 or 5 strokes. I couldn't last. I'm disappointed from some of that shit. I want a do-over. I'm disappointed in shit like that. Disappointed in another man because what he said or did. I want my do-over. I want a rematch. Anyway, yeah, I must go. I just wanted to build on that. Tomorrow, Beef and Broccoli show, 9:00. Davita and Coco will be here as usual. We'll find a topic, but again, you going to get people going to look at, people look at you and they say your job, you should have been moved up, or yo, she should have quit that job. It's easy for people to look at you and say what you have, could have, or should have. But sometimes they don't live in they don't walk in your shoes. They don't know your shoes, so they don't know. As long as you're true to yourself and you know what you're doing and you know what you're in it for, that's all that really matters. Nobody else really matters, what you're doing. And in this culture, I know what I'm in this culture for. I knew the minute that I said certain things. And I remember doing the Forbes DVD shit, and I was just around scary niggas, you know what I'm saying? And I remember saying certain shit, and motherfuckers would be like, you said that. And I'm like, but it's the truth, though. Yeah, but you can't be saying the truth. Huh? Don't we open our mouth to say the truth? Shouldn't we always say the truth? Yeah, but if you could just say nothing. Huh? Nah, fuck that. Nobody's going to piss on my head and tell me it's rain. Nobody's going to do certain shit and expect me to be okay with it. I said on Drink Chance, if I go in a room and I see an elephant, I'm going to be like, yo, what the fuck is an elephant in here? And if y'all want to do, what elephant? I don't see an elephant. That's on y'all. An elephant, I would assume, take the biggest dumps ever. So there's no way in hell you're going to go in a room and see an elephant and act like it's not there. So a lot of people do that. A lot of people are quick to turn their head to what they see. I'm not that dude. There's a fucking elephant in here. And people would be like, what elephant? That shit with the big ass trunk, that's an elephant. I don't see any elephant. Nah, we not doing that. If I go anywhere and I see anything, some unscrupulous shit, I'm going to be like, yo, the fuck is y'all doing in here? But in this culture, you're not allowed to speak on what you see. You have to be quiet. You have to be the keeper of secrets. You have to mind your business. But if you put me in a situation where I could bear witness to something, I can't unsee shit. So if I'm somewhere and I see said rapper or said artist or whatever that are 2 men and they kiss one another, I'm like, yo, I'm going to be like, yo. But it's like, yo, he can't come back anymore. Well, I wasn't coming back anyway. Or I see, guys with a girl who I might think might be a minor or, might be a damn streetwalker or whatever. I'm going to be like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Because we judge behaviors by morals, values, and principles. So when we see certain behaviors, we're like, yo, the fuck, this what y'all do? Like that's like me being somewhere and a motherfucker just pull out a dollar and just sniff some coke or some shit. I'm gonna be like, "Oh, my nigga, you sniff coke?" That's just how I'm gonna be. So I don't let me see shit. I'm just not gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be like, yo, that nigga's a custy. How you know, man? I seen that nigga sniff coke right in my face. That's just me. So if I'm blackballed because I'm gonna have a big mouth, well, what y'all think blackballing is and blacklisted is, if I'm that because I'm gonna have a big mouth and say what I saw, then maybe I am then. But if you sit there and you sniff some coke in front of me, you kiss another man, you real, you real got them S's popping, because some of them got them. I don't know what it is with some of these niggas in them S's. I hear too much S's in your speech. I'm not gonna sit there like I didn't see that shit. I'm not gonna sit there and act like this is where I need to be. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I'm comfortable around this shit, because I'm not. I'm not comfortable. I could be right in my own crib. I could fucking play PS5. I could do content. I could do anything, but this is not where I belong. And I know that. So I guess I'm not down. I guess I'm blackballed, right? I guess I am. That's fine. Shit. Keep me the fuck away from that shit. And I guess if I can't get certain monies because of that, you never heard men talk with them S's? Well, some people know what I'm talking about. It's just everything is strawberries. Yeah, it's a S that they develop. It's like a little lisp, a little twang they develop. After a while, that's a whole nother story, because when we start talking about the zestiness and, the fun boyery, they'll shut us down. But yeah, dudes start, getting a little different. And you could always tell, right? They start wearing these hats. Do you start seeing the hats that they wear? Look at the hats they start wearing. They start wearing these big ass brim hats, and like I couldn't imagine going to say, damn, I want one of them hats. I couldn't imagine saying, yo, I'm going to get one of them hats. Yo, that hat is fly. Nah, not me, fam. I'm not walking around looking like fucking Zorro for nobody. I'm not walking around looking like Zorro for nobody. So it's like a certain dress code, attire that I be seeing them wear. And it's like, yo, what is this shit about? Like, is this like some code shit? Because I don't know. But I'm telling you, I'm very observant. And I just start seeing people do certain shit. And I'll be like, fuck making them put that hat on. So I just see shit and I'm like, I can't picture myself in that hat. So I'm going to be the person that stand out, and then they're going to realize that I'm not down with it. So shit, it's cool. But again, I understand what Heineken and Esso and them and Space Ghost was saying. I get it. But I just wanted to clarify for people that just because you don't see a person with it, that don't mean they don't have it when it comes to material possessions. And just because you don't see a person sitting amongst it, that don't mean they want to. That don't mean that they wasn't ever invited. That means they just kindly declined the invitation, because you gotta know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to say, I'm not going. Or I'm not fucking with that. You know how many times my intuition saved my life? You know how many times the aura, the vibe saved my life? You know how many times I've been in situations and I just didn't feel right and didn't do it, and then the place got shot up or something fucked up happened? You got to listen to your gut sometimes. When you go against your gut, everything starts from your gut. Your health starts in your gut. Anxiety starts in your gut. Everything starts, in your gut. So you got to listen to that shit. Sometimes it's just places that I just didn't feel like going. People like, could you? I'm like, nah, I'm not fucking with that. Why? Because I don't feel it. Just something about it I don't want to fuck with. You listen to your gut, and that was the best thing, and not no scary shit, not no fearful shit, but just sometimes you just got that feeling like I'm not feeling this. And then sometimes I've been in situations where I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable with something. It's just like, nah, that's too much. You might be wanting to go somewhere and it just start pouring down rain or some shit, and you go outside, your car, the check engine light is on, it's something like that, and that's the universe telling you, stay your ass home. And what happens when you go against the universe? So I'm just not one of those people. You know what I'm saying? So again, all right, man. I talk for a living. Sometimes I gotta censor myself and be quiet. I gotta tell myself to be quiet. So I gotta cut the beginning of this show because this acted really foolish tonight. So I'm gonna cut the beginning of this and put this out. But shout out to, make sure you check Bag Fuel. Make sure you check their YouTube. I like what they're doing over there. I wish them all the success in the world. And they're gonna be successful. They already are successful because again, they was able to break away, get pushed out of a situation, rebound, start their own situation, and doing well. So shout out to S.O. Heineken, Space Ghost. I wish y'all all the success, luck. Hope y'all get everything that y'all want, that y'all aspire for, and I hope everybody get what they deserve.
Good or bad.
Because some people deserve some shit. And if you deserve some bad shit,
I hope you get that too.
Anyway, I thank y'all. I ain't work out today, so I'm just... Y'all, I had mad popcorn today, too. I love popcorn. The key to my heart is popcorn. Sometimes I take the cash apps y'all give me, and I can't wait to get popcorn. I'm like, yes, I'm going to get some popcorn. I love popcorn. I get lightly buttered, lightly salted popcorn. It's so bad. My cousin was with me today, right? And I called the place, and they knew it was me. He was like, yo, they know you over the phone? I was like, yeah, man. I kind of felt ashamed a little bit. He said, I called him. He was like, I felt bad a little bit. I'm like, damn, I must eat a lot of this shit. Like, I'm calling, they know me over the phone. That's really, they don't got caller ID and no shit like that. They just knew it was me, and they like, okay, we'll get your order. I didn't even say what I wanted. I just like, hello, is this? Oh yeah, it's me. Okay, we'll get your order ready. I'm like, damn, you loser. You eat so much popcorn. Even my niece, she loves popcorn. She want her white cheddar though. Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna took it easy today. Put out some content. Oh, check out the Ronnie Bo interview too. It's a full interview too, but it's very, very interesting. There's gonna be more interesting pieces coming out. He's an individual who was locked up with R. Kelly, and he spoke to R. Kelly, and R. Kelly told him some things. So he was able to tell him about how R. Kelly felt about Jay-Z. And the next clip that I'm gonna put out, maybe as early as tomorrow, R. Kelly speaks to him about Aaliyah. Very, very interesting. So I don't know how y'all get the content. That's a little concerning to me. I don't know if y'all get the alerts. I don't know if it comes through your feed. I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. YouTube is kind of crazy. Michael Knight, no you don't. You got over 100 of them. And I'm going to tell y'all this one time and one time only. Please stop telling me who I need to do videos with. You're going to see me. That's it. I do videos who I want to. That's just all I'm going to tell y'all. You got over 100 videos. 100-something videos. And the problem is the numbers didn't reflect what everybody's saying they want. See, when you had it, you had to show that you wanted it. That's it. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. I don't want to do videos with a bunch of people no more. I've changed my whole format. And either y'all going to respect it or neglect it. It just is what it is. This is what I'm doing. And again, did hundreds of stuff, like what I'm supposed to do, 200 or 300? Like when is it over? When does it stop? As I keep getting that. Oh, well, and it's cap. It's really cap. If it wasn't capped, then every video would have 300,000 views. Every video would have been shared. Every video would have been done a certain way. And I didn't see that. The numbers never reflected it. The comments never reflected it. The shares never reflected it. So it's cap. And I don't live with cap. Where's my cap? Oh, I don't got no caps around? Nothing? Oh, I failed today. Anyway, you fuck up my popcorn story. Anyway, yeah, I appreciate y'all. Until next time, I am out of here. Did y'all got my song too? Hold on, man. Where my song at? I don't think. The workout anthem on Apple Music, Spotify. I got to put it on YouTube too. Doggie Diamond's The Workout Anthem. Yeah. Go to the gym and listen to this. All right, I'm out, y'all.